All right, let's jump into game number 2 now. Oh yeah. Cool. Okay, we're playing with white again. I'm hoping for e5. I would love to see a king's gambit. If we see anything else, that's totally fine as well. Something like this, again, I'm actually really happy to see. I'm just going to go into the king's Indian attack. We're going to be playing king's Indian defense or king's Indian attack. And we're seeing not really such a great move already. This f5, the problem with it is I believe we can take it. And they don't really want to take back because all of a sudden there's a lot of weaknesses in their position that we can start to exploit. And we can try to go for either attacking this pawn or taking advantage of this diagonal. Like a move like knight e5 immediately pops into mind because queen h5 would be checkmate. And we can do that. But what if we play knight e5 and then they play h5? Okay, then why did we play knight e5 in the first place? But actually, knight e5, h5, there's knight g6. So that's not really the best reply. Maybe knight f6 is better because this also covers h5 and defends, develops a piece. So knight f6, I want to avoid that. I think I'm just going to improve my position by just playing d4. This is just developing. That's it. That's the whole purpose behind it. They played d6, maybe going for e5. And if they do, I'm going to let them. So I'm going to play knight to c3. If they end up playing e5, I'm happy to see that. They actually end up doing that. Because I can take on e5 and win a pawn. They can't recapture comfortably, as they did here, because we can trade queens and win a pawn by taking on e5. Which is really nice. And now I'm already threatening knight f7 check, winning the rook in the corner, which is a big deal. All right, so yeah, they actually missed the threat of taking on h8 here. So we're really happy about this because we're winning material. Generally, a knight is worth 3 pawns of material, and a rook is worth 5, generally because of how they move. Like the rook has a lot of options, the ways it can move later in the game. Generally in the opening, it might not be as good. I'm just going to castle long here, just continue with my development. But again, having the extra knight here is really, having the extra exchange here is really nice. Plus, it's more than just an exchange. It's a full rook right now until they can recapture my knight. So our goal is also to make it as difficult as possible for them to get that piece back. So I want to develop in a way where we can either save the knight. I could have played knight f7 earlier, which might have been an oversight. But I'm looking for a way to develop where we can either get our knight out or deliver some sort of checkmate. And I'm looking at bishop g5 right now. This almost works because if king e8, rook d8 check, this would be checkmate, would it not? It would be. So I think bishop g5 is actually the correct move. The thing is, they have to move their king, either to c8 or to e8. And either way, rook d8 will be checkmate. Yeah. I was miscalculating for a second that I thought they can get to f8 and play king g7, but they're not in time. They have to play king e8 or king c8. And rook d8 is actually checkmate. So that was a good one. And that was the game. Good. Again, the only thing really to cover here is mainly just the fact that this f5 move isn't really such a great try, because when we take it, it weakens their king significantly. And after d4, they really should play a move like knight f6 just to continue development and also try to cover this weak diagonal. But they didn't end up doing that. They played d6 and actually opening things up further by playing this e5 move here. And as we can see, the computer evaluation just completely jumps. It's already bad because of this diagonal, but e5 makes it much worse just because they can't really take back without losing the pawn and potentially much more, as we can see here with knight f7, check winning the exchange, at least as a threat. And they have to play a move like king e8. And the attack just continues here. Like we can play moves like bishop c4, bishop g5, or bishop f4. We can castle long, bring your rook to the e-file to oppose their king. This is much more than just one point of material here. And it's mainly because we have a lot of development. Their king's stuck in the center and can't really find safety. So, yeah, good game.